Subjunctive. Verbos de certeza. We now know how to form the subjunctive, and we know the 5 main categories of subjunctive. Verbos de cabeza, de certeza, de opinión, emoción, and deseo. Verbs of the head, verbs of certainty, opinion, emotion, and desire. This lesson will focus on verbs of certainty, verbos de certeza. Examples of verbos de certeza are es cierto, es verdad, es evidente, estar cierto de, and estar seguro de. An example of the first one in a sentence looks like this. Es cierto que ella compite. There's going to be a verb 1, that's a verbo de certeza, and a verb 2 in the indicative. Es cierto que ella compite. It is certain that she competes. Second sentence. It's true that he thinks about her. Es verdad que él piensa en ella. Third sentence. Es evidente que jugamos fútbol. It's evident that we play football or soccer. Now these two are going to be conjugated depending on who's doing the action. Estoy cierto que ella puede conversar. I am certain that she is able to converse. Estoy cierto que ella puede conversar. If the person that's speaking the sentence is a female, that O will change to an A. Estoy cierta. ¿Estás seguro de que él comienza la tarea? You are sure that he begins the homework. Again, if the person you're talking about is a female, you are sure. Estás segura. Notice that each one of these verbs has either S or a star in front of it. All of the verbs of certeza are going to have either an S or a star. Es cierto, es verdad, es evidente, estoy cierta, estás segura. That's what's going to set these phrases apart, that the two words, the first one is S and the other one's an adjective. There's going to be a connector between the two verbs, the verb 1 and the verb 2, and usually it's que, but sometimes it's when or if, but in this case it's all que. It is certain that she competes. Now these verbs are all positive right now. There is no subjunctive in any of these sentences. These verbos de certeza also have a verb 1 and a verb 2, just like verbos de cabeza. The rule is also exactly the same as verbos de cabeza. If the first verb is negative, doubt is introduced into the sentence, which means the second verb has to switch into the subjunctive. Let's look at some examples. No es cierto. It is not certain that she competes. Now compite has to become compita in the subjunctive. No es cierto que ella compita. It's not true that he thinks about her. No es verdad que él piense en ella. That second verb has to go into the subjunctive once no is introduced in the first verb. It is not evident that we play soccer. No es evidente que juguemos fútbol. Notice that second verb flips into the subjunctive once the first verb has no placed in front of it. I am not certain that she can converse. No estoy cierta de que ella pueda conversar. That second verb is in the subjunctive because the first verb is no. No estás segura de que él comience la tarea. Again, that second verb has to be subjunctive because no is in the first verb. This has the same two exceptions as verbs of cabeza as well. If the phrase is an exclamatory sentence, that second verb does not go into the subjunctive even though the first verb is negative. No estás segura de que él comienza la tarea. That's what it'll look like if it's an exclamation. The same rule applies when the sentence is an interrogative sentence. Are you not sure that he begins the homework? Once it becomes a question, that second verb will not be in the subjunctive even though the first verb is negative. There you have our lesson on verbos de certeza. There's a verb 1 and there's a verb 2. If the verb 1 is negative, verb 2 is subjunctive. That's the rule. Subjunctive, verbos de certeza.